going to prep it for sawing, and I figured I would take you along here and show you some of what it takes to prepare a log for the sawmill. Now I prefer what are called sawmill rejects, and these are either oversized or unusually curvy or exceptionally dirty, or some fault in the log that would have made it not as profitable for lumber. I don't know what was the case with this one. This one is oversized and it's very beefy here and shrinks considerably and is a banana. So this one was absolutely no good for lumber. So this was a reject, and that one is obvious. Now right here is something that'll eat up a small bandsaw mill's blade. This is incredibly filthy. There's junk just glued to this. I can't even scrape it off with my fingernail. It's so thick on here. This is mud, actual mud that's been dried on. And this will tear up your blade, and that is all down the entire length of this log. It's ugly. It's absolutely ugly. So I have to clean this before I can even attempt. It would make no sense at all to try to cut that. It would eat up a blade in literally seconds. I've got an angle grinder here, which works pretty well for me, and I just run this along the whole top surface of the log, actually all of it. I run this all the way around the whole log. I don't leave any surface untouched that the blade's going to pass through, because every single one speck of dirt is going to spark on that blade, and that reduces its effectiveness immediately. Now it's ready for sawing down the first half of the log. I can't do the bottom until I turn it over, and you can see there's a lot of mud left there. Now you might have seen somewhere in here I concentrated really heavily on one spot. On these raised points, it may have ground in some gravel where it contacted with the ground and got in there deep. Each one of those pieces of tiny gravel is going to dull your blade, every single speck. So they have to come out. It does not affect the live edge slab itself. It doesn't go in and penetrate the wood at all. It just takes off the dirt and also any fungus or any garbage that might be on the wood. That way you can provide your customer with a nice clean slab. And this is why I love sawmill rejects. The beauty in this wood is incredible, and those colors will just jump right out when you sand and put a finish on this wood. Those colors are going to just jump right out at you. It's so beautiful. Here you get into the real beauty of the wood. I don't know if the camera does it justice. It's hard to get good photos and video, but the colors in this and the green is just absolutely beautiful. I don't know if it'll look better on the computer, but I've got to get my better camera. I have to find my better camera, because this is incredibly beautiful, and this display tones it down a lot. This is incredibly beautiful. right here you get almost some iridescent patterns in the grain, in the light when it hits it just right. I just brushed down some water to show and make the colors spring out. There is the color a little bit better. So beautiful. Actually, something came up and I got busy, and I come back and this is just even prettier now that the water has soaked in or whatever. But wow, look at those colors. You can see the details now. The camera does not do it justice. It gives you an idea, but the beauty, look at the pink in here. Look at the different colored patterns up in here. That's natural. Just incredible. Amazing. Here's some maple spalting. Just beautiful piece. I flipped over the log and ran the grinder along it on the second half, and I flip it over after cutting down halfway through because I know that I'll end up with a 2-inch thick slab on the bottom. That's what I want to leave. My mill can only cut down to 1 inch without hitting the dogs, so that's as low as you can go. Their lowest point on the dogs is 3/4 inch height, so I know that I can go down comfortably and safely to 1 inch. But in this case, I turn it over and I'll leave a 2-inch live edge slab on the bottom, and then the next step is to take off the bark, take off a 1-inch piece, and it gets me down to the meat for the next, hopefully, 2 more slabs if I do my measurements right. So we'll get to it. Here it really widens out, so it'll be a nice specimen here. Well, there's the last slab. That was the one that you saw previously from the top. My blade is getting dull, so I'm getting some little ridges in here, but it's still cut. Over here, I've got 2 more slabs off that, and I've got 2 1-inch thick and a 1/2-inch thick piece. Just incredible patterns in this wood. It doesn't show as well without the water, but it really jumps out and shows when you wet that down. Just incredible. These are some of my prettiest pieces, I think, that I've had, in my opinion. Look at the colors. Look at all the different colors in here. Just amazing. Well, guys, some of the most beautiful wood I've seen, as I said a little bit ago. I just keep looking at it. I don't know if I want to sell this one. Wow, it's pretty. Well, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't. See what comes to the sawmill next time. Talk to you later.